culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome.
D-Malo, Gruff Lion,
T-Buggy, man.
to the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Let's get it. We back. It's the best sports show on the planet. Guys present sports for the culture. I'm your host tonight at Bryce XXVII, aka Mr. Big Leaguer. Got my man with me today. We running the two-man today. Let me introduce my man to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Devon Get the Tables. I'm Devon, and that's Bubba Ray over there to the left of me. And we're going to give you guys a hell of a show tonight.
Yo, we are out here looking like the Dudley Brothers, man. Dudley Brothers, one of the most classic wrestling duos of all time, bro. I must say. Now, they changed. Honestly, they changed the game. They came in bringing that. That's that attitude era, mid-attitude era, bro. They were the definition of attitude, dog. Like
Facts. A big old fat white boy, a big old fat black guy, literally wrestling, like jumping around. Normally, these guys are like some buff dudes, semi-skinny. But these guys look like your mom, your uncle, and your father in the ring, literally wrestling. I'm like, what the fuck,
bro? And they were doing the tables and the chairs different. Hey, my man, classic duo, yes sir.
And let's not forget the ladders.
They were doing the tables and the chairs different, bro. And the ladders, bro, like they was not getting the fuck. Like,
bro, you know, the way they used to do the Hardy Brothers, Christian and Edge, I used to be like, God damn.
Cause I think the Dudleys, they came from ECW, right?
Yeah.
And everybody that was coming from ECW was wild as hell, bro. And they was definitely wild as hell. One of the classic duos for sure. So my gosh, in the building. But yeah, man, let's get into it, dog. I don't know where to start tonight. We got a couple good topics. I was gonna start with some controversy, but I really want to start with some actual sports shit, man, and get into some football, bro. I want to start with Shedeur Sanders, man. You know, they was shitting on your boy, man. They was leading up to this preseason, man. A lot of folks was counting Shedeur out. I think, like, you know, they tried to humble him, if you ask me, with the whole draft thing. I think there was some sort of bit of cooperation amongst teams, maybe not like direct collusion, but more like just something that was understood. You know what I'm saying? But look, your man came out game one balling, bro. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, he came out balling, and it looks like he's got a chance to really kind of shut some of the some of the doubters up. So my first question for you tonight, G, is what did you think about Shedeur's performance? And what do you think about kind of his prospects moving forward into the rest of this preseason and the possibility of gaining the starting job in the regular season? And just to give you his stats real quick, 14 for 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. So what were your thoughts on him, G?
I'm gonna keep the same energy he said. Like, yo, it was mid. Like, I mean, not mid, but he said it wasn't what he wanted. He wanted a little bit more. I guess he wants like a faster start, because he did get the ball rolling more towards the end of the first half. Like, that second quarter was like where he did most of his magic, and I could agree with that, because in a real game you want to start early and you want to keep it going, because you don't really want to start end of the first and by then it's like, all right, is it too late to come back? Is it like, you know, especially if guys get hurt, because you never know how the game might play out. So I respect that. I want to say, if he's grading himself a C, I'll grade him a C as well, just because of his expectation. And even as a fan, like, yo, you get to see, like, yo, if he did this with like the fourth strings and a little bit of the third stringers, like, let's give him some better tools, you know. And I get it, it's preseason. Yeah, it's preseason, but this is what his preseason's about. I was like, all right, like they're working, make the mechanics. I remember people complaining about, but he's not mobile enough.
Right.
Was he not mobile? You know what I mean? Like, end of the day, these are guys that got drafted and he's playing against, right? These are all pro athletes. Whether they're starters or not, these are pro athletes. Like, we got to give him that. Like, he's not playing some dudes off what, 34U? what is the old man? You know what I mean? He's not playing those kind of guys. So like, let's give him his credit, man. It's an early start. It's a good start nonetheless. And it goes to show like some of the doubters. Like, look when he approaches a reporter, he's like, "Come on, bro." Like he wasn't even like so. It wasn't even. People want to be, oh, why was he trying to like stun on dude? But he said, "Come on, bro." Like he smiled, put his hand over the reporter, and walked away with the reporter. Like he even stopped this man from trying to like talk crazy to son. But like that goes to show like, yo, if there's anything that's a Sander from that bloodline is that they get along with reporters, whether it's like the good and the bad. Like you can see with the reports, it's not one time a reporter doesn't want to go back to Dion. And look at what Shedeur's doing. Like you gotta love it.
No, facts though. He got a lot of that. They're charismatic, right? Like Dion's charismatic, and Shedeur's got that same spirit. And I feel like in that regard, like Shedeur is misunderstood, man. I think people got this idea that he's this like super arrogant person, but I think he's a lot more down to earth and humble than what people have ever realized. And I think that's why he ends up being so relatable to so many different teammates, and then media folks alike. Getting back to how he played, though, man, I feel like he was able to like shut down a lot of his doubters coming in, and a lot of the things that they were saying about him, like you mentioned, G, the athletic ability. I mean, the escapability was on display, bro. He had some of those little half spin moves, got one off when he hit two little half spin moves back to back, kept the play alive. Like shit like that is impressive, and that's stuff that elite quarterbacks do. And then I would say I saw a few full field reads in there as well, where he's starting from the left side. You can see him go through every single read and all the way up on the right side and throwing the check down, right? And to me, as a rookie, that stuff is really impressive. And my next question is like, do you think that teams are going to regret letting Shedeur fall to the fifth round? Like, or do you think it's going to be a thing where these other quarterbacks was drafted before him? Obviously, Giants got Jackson Dart. Saints got Tyler Shook. Even the Browns took Dylan Gabriel before Shedeur got drafted. Do we think that like these teams that took quarterbacks in the first round before Shedeur are gonna end up regretting that decision?
I want to see not so much the Titans. I think that's the only QB team that was not gonna regret it because he ended up being the number one prospect going into the draft. Everybody know that was a foregone conclusion. He was gonna be the number one pick.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about anybody else that drafted a quarterback from there on, like I want to say the Steelers. I think the Steelers would. If Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, yeah. Are the Jets? Because the Jets, Justin Fields, they got Justin Fields, but like who's to say Justin Fields is gonna get hurt? He's been known to be an injury-prone quarterback. Like teams that needed a quarterback and they didn't draft this kid. I think they might regret it, especially if he becomes a starter mid-October. Like that kind of scenario was like, oh man, he's just that talented. Like you got him playing. I heard reports earlier this week that he's getting reps with the 2s and the 3s now. So like he's getting his just dues. I mean, they still have him on the fourth ranked quarterback in that room, but hey, man, I think that's just not to hype him up too much. You know what I mean? I think the Browns, they're looking at it like, all right, we got 5 quarterbacks now because they just end up signing up Humphrey. So it's like, I think they're trying to see what they got. I think they're gonna go into this league here with 3 quarterbacks, and they're gonna go from there. I think they're just picking out, and I don't even think Humphrey's there really just to win a roster spot per se, but I think he's gonna be that the scouting team's quarterback. For someone like Lamar Jackson, where he's like a little bit more mobile than normal. Not that they're looking him to play like Lamar, but like to scout. Like those practice games where like, all right, man, I just need you to scramble to play with the defense.
Are you talking about Huntley? You said Humphrey.
Yeah, Huntley.
Yeah, and you know what? They also still got Deshaun Watson out there, right? Coming back from injury, so that could get interesting. But I seen enough. Like. You know how the good Mister does it, bro. When Mr. Big League calls something, just believe it, bro. I saw enough. I don't care if Shedeur was going against 2s, 3s, whatever it was last game. I saw enough on the NFL field to let me know Shedeur Sanders is an NFL quarterback. and he's going to end up being a damn good one. Bro, if we go back to the draft, I had Shedeur like 3 or 4 on my big board, bro. I couldn't believe he dropped that far. So, like, the fact that he's balling right now is not a surprise to me. I think it's going to be one of those situations where we look at it in hindsight and we say, how the hell could Shedeur Sanders ever go 5th round? Like the same way we talk about Tom Brady, and maybe not the same way we talk about Tom Brady going 7th round. I'm not saying it's going to be the same way, but it's going to be something. It's going to be kind of similar, bro. Because we're going to be like, how the hell did they let Shedeur, Pro Bowl quarterback, fall to the fucking 5th round? I said in the group chat, I feel like the floor is on a Brock Purdy type. Like what I saw in that last game is a Brock Purdy type off the rip. Who knows what the ceiling is?
But is that bad?
That's what the
guy went to the Super Bowl.
Who? Purdy? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what Shedeur ends up being at the least. I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's not bad. I mean, that's saying
that's good. I'm saying that's good. But like, even if he only becomes Brock Purdy, like Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft, right? Or one of the last picks of the draft. Like he should have been a 1st round pick in hindsight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things where we're gonna look back at Shedeur's draft class and be like, this dude should be a 1st round pick, and these teams are idiots for not realizing that.
Yeah, and then look at him. Then look at him flourish. At least now you know, like, all right, man. Either the Browns do 2 things: they got the quarterback of the future, or they got an amazing trading piece.
That's a good point. I don't know. The way Myles Garrett was talking to someone on the sideline, bro. I don't know if you saw those clips, but
oh yeah, when he was like, "Nah, you ain't getting that off of me, fella. You ain't getting off of me, little man."
Yeah, but now at the end of the clip, he was like, "Nah, we gonna need you, bro." He's like, "I ain't trying to hurt you, bro, because we gonna need you." I'm like, "Oh yeah." See, the locker room already know what time it is, bro. And you know the players gonna know before even the fans, definitely before the fans, but even sometimes before like the coaches in front office realize it, dog. The players be knowing, bro. They could look around and be like, "Yeah, this the one or this not," because they know who they gonna rally behind. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard Myles Garrett say that, I was like, "Yeah, bro, Shedeur about to be that next one in Cleveland, dog."
You're right. Like it looks like if you already have the team's trust, it's only a matter of time. It's not like Russell Wilson. Remember in Seattle, after Seattle traded Denver for their quarterback, or was it a free agent? Can't remember how it went. But look, Russell Wilson ended up getting the spot week 1 because the locker room loved Russell Wilson during that summer camp, during preseason, and they're like, "Yo, bro, this is our quarterback. The other guy you got over, Drew Lock, is not it.
Yeah.
Like, this is our guy."
And quarterback is that type of position, bro, where like if the team don't believe in you, shit don't even matter, bro. Like if the team believe in you, you don't even got to be the best. If you can rally the troops, man, that's a different type of that's a different skill. That's a different type of intangible that most players don't carry.
Yeah, because a guy's gonna go out there and try to do a little bit more. Those protective blocks, like they're gonna be like, "All right, man, this is how I'm gonna get my check. Well, I know I'm gonna get a check doing this."
And it's just like work, bro. Like it's just like, bro, if you at work, bro, and if you got a shitty boss, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna work as hard or as good, bro. But if you got like an A1 boss who knows how to motivate you, who leads by example, who works hard themselves, like you're gonna look over and be like, all right, let's get this done. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way, yo. Like very translatable to real life. I think it's not hard to understand why, like, seeing a leader going hard is gonna rally the troops.
Yeah,
let's see, man. I think Shedeur is that guy in Cleveland, bro. I think he ends up being like 10-year starter, resurrecting the Browns, a lost franchise for years and years, and I think he resurrects them, bro.
If he does that, man, imagine what would be crazier, right? Cleveland winning that finals, or the Browns winning the Super Bowl?
Oh my God, a Browns Super Bowl would definitely be it for me. I think that'd be bigger than the Cleveland Cavaliers finals win, just because like the Cavaliers had the best player in the world at the time on their team. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dog, you probably should win the chip. Football is so much more improbable, and if the Browns win, they probably won't have the best player in the league on their team, most likely. I I just feel like they've been so far from it for so long. I think that'd be a bigger deal, bro.
Bro, it'll be nuts. I could just imagine Cleveland just burning down. Cause it's just a super sports town. They got baseball, they got football, they got basketball. What other sports don't they have over there?
Now they got everything. And you know what's wild about that, bro? Is like, okay, so you know how like this shit would be insane, right? You know how like when it comes to like the sports shit, when a team that hasn't won in a long time, like take the Warriors for example, right? All of a sudden they start winning, and then they get all these new fans. All the kids become fans, like the little kids. They become fans of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, because they're the team that's winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine the Browns start winning, and we have a whole generation of like little kids looking up to the Browns.
The Browns,
like, that would be insane, bro.
That
That would be insane
Dookie, the
like
highlight orange.
yeah, and like our generation knows them as just being trash for so long that kids grow up feeling like this is just that team. That's the circle of life, though. The circle of life applies to sports. I always say that shit, bro. It's all gonna come around, dog.
Eventually, yeah, because they were winning in the 70s, right?
Yeah, Jim Brown.
Jim Brown, yeah, during the Jim Brown era, that was the squad. I mean, damn, the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those sports towns that deserved it. They got one with Cleveland, but their real bread and butter, it's really football.
Yeah, I like this comment. The Cavs won the finals with the GOAT. The Browns have been viewed as the most incompetent sports franchise in the world. The Browns win the Super Bowl, that would be so crazy. Bro, that shit would be crazy. I've seen this like little internet theory going around that like there's somebody that keeps trying to time travel back to like 2019 to fix things that they think is wrong. And he keeps trying to travel back in time, but he keeps fucking up. And every time he ends up fucking up something on the timeline, so something happens that was never supposed to happen, bro. Because like he can't get it right on some just like on some just fucking up the whole timeline shit. But I say that to say like the Browns winning the Super Bowl would be like evidence that is really going on right now. That somebody is time traveling, they keep messing up. Or like how they're disrespecting Kobe right now out of nowhere. Like things like this make me feel like someone is really trying to time travel.
The timeline. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're saying Shedeur is going to win them a Super Bowl, but if it does happen, that's what we're saying. What would be bigger? I think let's not get this misconstrued this conversation. But what we are saying is what would happen to that time if they were to win one? Not that Shedeur is going to win the one, but what would happen if they were to win one?
And thank you for clarifying that, G, because people might have been looking at this like, what, they saying the Browns going to win one? Like, no, that's not what we saying.
Not what we're saying, not at all.
We're living in a hypothetical world, all right?
Yes. Please, because nowadays, if we don't clear ourselves before a statement, bro, that shit, they're going to say we were cool with the shenanigans.
They're going to try to run the tape on us. No, that's hilarious, though. But I'll say this. If Shedeur turns the Browns into a prominent franchise, he gonna be the king of the world, bro. He gonna be the king of this shit, this sports shit, bro. He gonna be the top guy. They're already saying that the Browns like preseason game, like record-setting preseason numbers, bro.
Yeah,
he gonna be the king of like when it. That's the thing about Shedeur. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that his dad is Dion. I think it's also the way he handles himself. But Shedeur is box office, bro. Like people, like love him or hate him, people want to see him, bro. That's the thing about Shedeur. You might hate him, but you want to see him. You're gonna keep up with him. It was the same shit in Colorado, bro. And I say that to say, if he is able to have real success with the Browns, bro, dog, Shedeur about to be on like I shouldn't say Michael Jordan level of popularity, but he gonna be on Pat Mahomes level of popularity instantly, bro. He gonna be bigger than all level, bro. Because like naturally, he just I don't know. He kind of got the aura of like people.
Got the it factor. Let's call it it factor.
I don't know what it is, even without playing. Like I don't know what it is, bro. But he just got the it factor. People want to talk about him, love him or hate him. You want to see him. You want to know what he's doing. I don't know what it is, dog.
Even when you're a hater, right? You grimace to the side like, yeah, he could do that. Like you're proud of it. Like you hate the fact that you hate him, but you love the fact that he's doing good shit. Like you look to the side, man. Then you look to the side, no one looking at you. You're like, yeah, that's that boy over there.
Right, fine. You know, another reason I rock with Shedeur, bro, is because dog, we clown these athletes all the time for doing side missions, especially when they try to make a music.
Oh,
Hey, Shedeur song go crazy. That perfect timing go crazy, bro.
perfect time.
Hey, bro, he throw the watch up, bro. Like, come on, bro. My man going crazy out here, bro. Perfect timing is legit. I don't want to call it a hit. But shit, to me, when I'm in the gym, that joint is a hit. I don't know.
I mean, like father, like son. His daddy did it. Father did it.
Nah, facts. And you know what? While we talk about Shedeur, we gotta highlight Shiloh too, man. He looked like he a legit player as well, and they made that man go undrafted, bro. Like they was really trying to get that Dion, bro. I don't get it, dog. Crazy work.
I mean, even in there, looking in Tampa, they love that man in Tampa.
Yeah.
Like he's. I've been on their social media page. They love promoting. The NFL knows what they're doing, man. They love the Sanders family. They love them. It's just sometimes, man, it is what it is, man. Some people don't like you, so they want to see you go through it a little bit or a lot of it.
Do you think that if Shedeur would have got drafted, if Shedeur didn't have all this fanfare surrounding him, all this hoopla about him being a 5th-round pick and people criticizing him and all this, like, do you think if he would have been a 1st-round pick, top pick, that the whole situation would be as big as it is right now? Or do you think this whole thing is even bigger because he was drafted so late?
Oh, even way bigger. I think the hate will be
That's where they
even way
fucked up.
more.
If they was really trying to hate on him, bro, like, you know, they like that's where they fucked up because they made him even bigger by just feeding the beast like this, bro.
But I'm saying though, imagine he was a 1st-round pick, bro. Just the hoopla or whatever would be 10 times bigger. Like, I don't think they'll whatever team he's on during the preseason. I think they'll make it like a Saturday night event. They're gonna make you watch that Saturday night on every preseason. It's gonna be Saturday at 8:00, just because they're gonna want you to watch it.
See, I don't know. I feel like if he would have got drafted first round like was expected, I feel like it wouldn't have been as big of a deal right now, bro.
Nah,
I feel like because he
bro.
went 5th round, it makes it like that much bigger. That's a part of the reason why people want to see it, bro. Like, it's a part of that like love him or hate him mentality that people have about Shedeur. I don't know. He's polarizing, bro. And I feel like in America, when you're polarizing, you're very likely to succeed, bro. I really feel that way because like America is the land of this or that. You know what I'm saying? It's either see Trevor Papino. Oh, absolutely, it's bigger because he from the draft. I agree because America is the land of this or that, bro. It's either Coke or Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? It's either McDonald's or Burger King. It's either Democrat or Republican. It's pick this or pick that. And when you have somebody that like makes two sides of a coin, like even that more opposite and recognize their differences, that person's always going to succeed, bro. That person's always going to be talked about in America, bro. I don't know why that's just America though. Maybe it's capitalism that breeds that. But I feel like Shedeur, and the reason I made the little caption on the bottom, Shedeur perfect timing question mark. It might all be perfect timing, bro. Even being selected in the 5th round.
Yeah, you're right about that. I couldn't even argue that. Matter of fact, you did change my stance on this one. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because it's like what Trevor said, like, yo, the fact that he fell so far down. He fell to the 5th, the 3rd day of the shit. And it was like around like around 1 or 3 o'clock Eastern time that he got drafted. Yeah. Like by then, like people on a Sunday already like doing groceries. Like no one was really paying attention to the draft. And people were still paying attention because they were trying to watch him get drafted.
Nah, it's a good point, Trevor. They made him out to look like a bad guy, but now he gets to rewrite the narrative about him. I'm still a fan, so I want the Browns to lose, but I want to see Shedeur succeed. I'm shocked the Steelers didn't take him, bro. Like that's the number one team I thought was like they're going to take Shedeur if he falls. I thought they would take him if he fell to the 2nd. So,
they picked up? They picked up the boy from Ohio State. I was like,
yeah, they took Will Howard, who I didn't hate, but he just don't got the it factor, bro. He don't got he all right, but he ain't it.
Yeah. I felt like the weapons over there made him the better player.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, crazy weapons. But All right, man. Any other comments on Shedeur before we move on to something else?
Hey man, young fella, keep on doing your thing, ball out. Like you said, keep God first, keep the main thing the main thing. And if this is just a slight taste of success, slight. Imagine what would it be when he gets his hand onto it, get a whole cup of it. Like, man, let's see, man. Let's not put too much on the pot. But like we said, it was all hypothetical. But if it goes to show from what you said, if he's gonna be that kind of guy for 10 years for the Browns, shit.
Get out of there, bro.
Yeah.
He gonna be the
Let's remember where we were at when we
best
first
ever.
seen him play. Whether it was those highlights you see on Instagram or on YouTube, but let's just remember where it all started.
Yeah, nah, facts. All right, man. Let's jump into something different, bro. Let's stay on football for a little second. Let's talk some fantasy football. We're not gonna get too deep into rankings and stuff without the gang. Obviously, y'all know we're gonna do our fantasy football draft like we do typically, or at least some sort of fantasy football draft that we're queuing y'all into with the Gas League. But we got to talk fantasy football because it's that time, man. And before we start talking about like strategy for a standard league, I do just want to touch on dynasty fantasy football league, especially with Shedeur, bro. I mean, I just had a dynasty draft a couple of days ago, and I think Shedeur ended up going in the second or third round. I think it might have been third. But we do the draft, the dynasty league draft, before the games are played, before the preseason games are played. So the only game that's played when we do our dynasty draft is the Hall of Fame game. And nobody like so Shedeur got drafted somewhat later, but I feel like if that game would have happened, he might have went in the first round because dynasty draft, you always looking for a quarterback. But I did want to make y'all aware of some players that if you are in a dynasty league, I think you should take a look at. So let's get into that. First one, I would say if you go on running back, bro, Ollie Gordon from the Dolphins, man. I ended up taking him in my draft. I think Ollie Gordon gonna end up being a dog, bro. Had a crazy junior year at Oak State, then came back for his final year, and it wasn't as impressive. But if you're in a dynasty league, man, even if you're in a standard league and you got a late round pick, 13th, 14th round, Ollie Gordon is not a bad flyer this year. G, are you hip to Ollie Gordon's game? He kind of reminds me of Raheem Mostert a little bit. They used to be on the Dolphins. So if you can imagine that, a younger version of that, I think that's what they kind of getting.
I mean, are you guys paying attention to the kid? Well, I'm not a fan of the Bears quarterback, and his success ties to him. I really think Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. Most of you guys, I said it last year, man. I'm sticking to my gut, man. I'm sticking to my guns, man. But I like the kid Loveland, man, because in Michigan he was a stud. The tight end, he was a stud. Like he was a problem, even with a bad quarterback the last 2 years of his collegiate level. I mean, if you could pick him up in your dynasty, if you had a chance to pick him up, oh man, wait for him to get those yardage because he fought through a lot. He has the hands, he has the reach, the ability. He has the athleticism for a tight end. He reminds me of Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
He's that kind of tight end that I remember when I was watching the highlight. The only reason why I know about him, I got Bears friends that are fans. And during the draft, we were sitting down watching the first round. One of my Bears homies was telling me, "Yo, we gotta get that kid from Michigan." And boof, they get the kid. Started looking at his tape. I think that's a sleeper right there. If you could pick him up, oh man, he's gonna be one of those tight ends you stash.
Yeah. I like him, and I like Tyler Warren. I thought it was a real good tight end draft class. But yeah, I definitely like that. I definitely like that. Colson Levin won the first round of my dynasty league, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting drafted early in others. Some other players, man. Let's think. Running backs, man. Ashton Genty is obviously probably going first or second in any dynasty league draft this season. But I wouldn't be surprised if Omarion Hampton is not far behind him in most drafts. I think Omarion Hampton is primed to have a big season. We know Harbaugh gonna run the football, bro. Omarion Hampton gonna get the football early and often.
Yeah, that's true. There's anybody that loves running backs, it's that man. Remember last year he had two, and both of them those running backs had a great month until they both got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hearing news about the receiver. I mean, I like receivers more than anything because running backs are like, for me, those are like the waiver wire hunts. Because I like big names when it comes to running backs. But right now, for me, I like the kid from Tampa Bay, or the Buckeye kid that they drafted. He's gonna be the third receiver. I don't want to butcher his name. I'm gonna spell it out. Is E-G.
Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah, Meko Buka. I'm hearing he's having a great rookie camp right now. I'm hearing they love him. Don't be surprised if he's more the first option come November for Tampa. Because let's not forget, Mike Evans is Mike Evans. He's gonna be that guy. But Godwin, he's coming back from a nasty ankle injury. A real so like you don't want to. I don't want to put bad juju on him. I'm not T. I'm not Mr. T out here. He's out there fighting a Bears, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he couldn't make it to the show. But I'm hearing great news about them. If you could pick them up in your dynasty league in the first round, I think that's going to be a steal for the next 5 years. I think in 5 years is great because to get a receiver for 5 years to become a trendsetter, especially when you have Baker Mayfield that's a gunslinger. I think you'll want to draft a receiver from a gunslinging quarterback.
Yeah. Now, that's a good point, bro. That's a good point. I think you're right. I think Emeka Ibuka is going to be a problem. I think Teodoro McMillan ends up being a good player as well, but I really like Emeka Ibuka from the long term. I think he just fits what the NFL is today. Versatile receiver, can play all the different spots, outside, inside. And he's not afraid to go over the middle and catch those underneath routes. So he's going to be able to be used in a lot of different ways in Tampa. They got a good one there for sure.
Remember, he also was like number 2 or number 1 to the kid Smith in Ohio State.
Yep.
Still put up numbers.
Yep. In fact, Dirk Cutter definitely going to whoever their old coordinator is now going to have a good time with him. Moving on to another player I like, receiver. And you know what? I love judging these players off how they do in college versus elite talent. If I see you do well against elite talent, I'm going to have a feeling that you have the chance to be elite. Alec Iominer out of Stanford, who is currently with the Titans, bro, wide receiver. Man, he gave Travis Hunter that work when he was in college. That's the only game I ever saw Travis Hunter struggle. And it's because Alec Iominer was routing him up, getting deep shots on him. He was going crazy, bro. And I would say with a young quarterback in Cam Ward, if you're able to pair those two together on your dynasty team, that might be a pairing that lasts for a long time. And one thing we've always noticed, right? Young quarterbacks love to pair up with a young receiver early in their career. Think C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell year one, right? 2 rookies connecting early and often. I think we could have a similar situation with Cam Ward and Alec Iominer. So keep that in mind if you need a late round receiver in your dynasty league.
You guys know who I like that we don't really talk too much, but we tend to forget who knows how to draft running backs? The Chiefs. Whoever they picked up this year, be on the lookout, especially in dynasty league, because I'm sure these running backs are going to be second rounders most likely. Because look, they hit on running backs. Like we tend to forget. Like if there's a tip, go to teams that you know what they're known for. Receivers, if it's a Pittsburgh Steelers, and he got drafted by the Pittsburghs, take a look at those kind of guys. Because these are organizations that specialize in these kind of position players.
Yeah, good point. I definitely agree there. They also drafted a receiver, Jalen Royals, who's going to be a pretty good player. And last player I'll mention, bro, I got to do the shout out, man. My alma mater, you got him on your T-shirt today. The good old Rutgers, man. The RU running back Kyle Monangai, man, on the Bears, bro. The reason I want to shout out Kyle Monangai is because sometimes situation means everything, bro, right? And falling in the right situation can sometimes take you further than talent could. I think for Kyle Monangai, landing with the Bears is a perfect situation. That's a team that I think this year is going to have a much harder emphasis on the run game. Think about it, they got Ben Johnson from Detroit. He utilized 2 running backs, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs in Detroit. Tons of carries for both of them. Right now, the Bears got DeAndre Swift, but you also got to have that go-to workhorse in that David Montgomery mode, and that could be Kyle Monangai. Obviously, they got Roshan Johnson over there already, but I could see Kyle Monangai running with that spot, that David Montgomery role over there in Ben Johnson's offense. So I keep an eye out for him. That's about it for the Dynasty talk. Anything else on Dynasty League Fantasy Football, G?
Hey man, I know a little bit of Dynasty football. I know we didn't touch too much about defenses, but show some defensive players of love. I mean, if you could get, because I know some dynasties do defenses. I'm not too well aware of the ones who don't, but if you know he went to the first or second or third round, always keep in touch with those kind of players, especially if they come from like big defensive programs. Anything from LSU, for anything from the SEC, those are good, and Ohio State, those Big Ten kind of programs. Keep an eye out.
No, that's a good call. It's a good call. Yeah, I love fantasy football leagues that got defense in them. So them defense can win you a league, bro. IDP is the way to go, man. The way of the future. But let's keep it pushing, man. Last topic of the night, bro. We got to talk about your man, bro.
Who, my man?
I don't know why your man even doing press runs like this, but I don't know where the Michael Porter Jr. press run even came from. But we got to talk about Michael Porter Jr. He's on a crazy press run right now, and your man going wild, bro. Did you see the interview, this most recent interview, when he was talking about his brother and all that?
Bruh. Who the fuck in his team let him put that video out?
That was crazy work.
I get living your truth, but you know what? Fuck it. If you're living your truth, live your life. Live your life.
Bruh, but he basically threw his brother. I feel like he low-key threw his brother under the bus. Like, this guy got no
still
bread.
Fighting the case, right?
He fighting the case, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, he just was like, yo, he basically like, yo, he did it. Crazy work, bro.
He said my brother gets the bitches but didn't have the money.
No, he said the opposite. Money. He said the opposite.
Wait, he said his brother don't get the bitches, so he needed the money? He didn't get the bitches.
Said he basically said his brother's vice was never the women. He's like, yeah, my brother never had, you know, a lot of women to be, you know, that was his vice. His vice was the gambling. He was like he basically said God didn't give him the money over the women. That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah, so how you gonna play your little brother out? Like, my man fighting a case against a mob. Your brother can never go back to Toronto.
Dog, that shit's crazy. He did make one good point. He was like, yo, think about it. Michael Porter was like, yo, think about it. Like, all your boys, you know, they all asking you all the time, like, yo, just do the under. We all gonna put 10K on you. He's like, you get all your homies a bag by just having one bag gang. I'm like, damn, that is kind of crazy if you think about it like that, bro.
I mean, live your truth, man. It's like, but it's so funny how he worded himself. He's like, man, I get all the bitches, but then I see why God didn't give me a wife. I like, excuse me, sir.
But then he's like, yo, God didn't give my brother money because he likes to gamble. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, my brother likes to gamble, so God didn't give him any money.
He kept them broke. Like,
that's crazy.
Son, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yo, Michael Porter Jr. is diabolical for that, bro. Like, he was talking about his brother like they're not even related, bro. I
mean, I'll be kind of mad at him too. Come like, you fucking idiot! You put the league eye on me, because what to say that they're not gonna start looking at me? Like, I ain't wilding out. Like, what the fuck, bro? And then, you know, leagues are gonna be like, teams are gonna be really iffy. Like, do I even want to deal with this dude? Like, his brother out here wilding the fuck out. Who's to say his brother not gonna get to this fucking dummy's ear? I'm sure that's how owners feel about it.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that. That's a good point.
Like it's enough, and then like to bring this back. I mean, you know what they say? You gotta like separate yourself, but to separate yourself in this one, to call your brother like a loser, basically, in the nicest way. Like, my brother ain't get no bitches. My brother ain't got no money. I can see why God didn't give him no money. He out there wilding, profiling, Rolex stealing. jet not paint flying. He did the reverse Ric Flair on his brother. Like, what the fuck?
He really did though. He was talking about that man like he don't got to go to Thanksgiving this year with him, bro. Like, you know.
Well, he might not have to. We gotta do that time.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, but it's still, even then it's still wild. He's like, yo, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, who's to say the mob ain't trying to look out for this kid now? You're like, this motherfucker, I'm ratted.
Facts though.
But that's the whole nut ass part about this whole shit. I'm like, yo, dude, nobody in your PR told you, like, yo, don't do that. It's not even
a good idea. This is a horrible. Like, somebody's supposed to be behind the camera going like this, like, God.
Someone's supposed to smack the cameraman. Fuck the camera, but poof, like, oh shit, like, Michael, you okay? And they, like, yo, someone should have thrown a shoe at him, like how they threw a shoe at George Bush. Like, yo, there are wilding. Like, I'm like, bro, that's an ongoing case. It's enough that the NBA is getting caught up with players, like known players with gambling issues. Like, this, and then you're bringing it back up.
It's insane. But I got a question for you, because we know Michael Porter was, dealt this offseason. He's on the Nets now. He got a team where there ain't a lot of scorers over there. Does Michael Porter Jr. average 20 points in the league this season?
He better. I mean, if he's healthy, we're saying if he's healthy, right?
Yeah.
A healthy Michael Porter Jr. He averaged 23.
23. Oh, I'm gonna go with the under, bro. I'm going under on Michael Porter Jr.
A healthy Michael Porter Jr. can't average 23.
I don't care if he's a healthy Michael Porter Jr. Full health, full strength, full athleticism. He not averaging it over a dub, bro.
Bro, who's in that roster?
Cam Thomas gonna get his shots up. You know that.
Wait, he's still there? I thought Cam Thomas got traded to the Nuggets.
Not Cam Thomas trying to get a contract, right?
No, didn't he get traded to the Nuggets? I thought that was the whole reason why he got traded. Why Michael Porter Jr. got traded to
Ooh, it was for the other tall. It was for tall cuz the shooter, light skinned boy. What was the shooter that was on the Nets? I can't remember. It's Cam Johnson. It was Cam Johnson. I'm talking about Cam Thomas.
Oh, Cam Thomas. Oh, bro, he's on. Fat Joe said it the best. Delusional records. My man, there's a report talking about he wants to get paid $40 million.
He wants that bag, bro.
Son, delusional records. I like, boy, you ain't getting no fucking, bro. What head coach in the right mind gonna let you bug out like that?
Yeah.
Like Michael Porter Jr. At least he has shown great promises. If healthy, he could be a great cornerstone to your championship team. Like, remember when he was healthy with the Nuggets? Like, yo, that team looked crazy, especially when he was playing off of Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Not so much.
He was still rolling. It was just a roll, though, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. But even though, still, like, those two played great against each other. Like, with each other, they played great.
But when all you gotta do is stand in the corner, stand at the elbow, and hit shots, bro, it's simple, bro. You're not relied on to be that guy.
But that's all you need.
20 points a game. That's not 20 points a game. That's a roll. That's 14.
That's 14, 15.
Yeah, bro. When you're a 20-point guy, you're a go-to guy on this team, bro.
Yeah, you're mid-range. Got the mid-range in there. You got a 3-point. I mean, he could do it, but
man, I go Michael Porter under 20 this season, man.
That's what they got. What they got that for?
I don't know. I gotta look into that one. Probably find.
Look into that one. Hold on. We can't leave the show like that neither. Like,
yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Michael Porter Jr. Michael. The fans want to know. Oh, no, they don't have him yet. Still too early. But we're going to look for that one because, yeah, prompt's not available. I'm looking, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking.
We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that one in the bag and bet on it. You said over, I said under. We'll see who's right about that. We'll run the tape on this one.
Oh, never mind. Someone does have it out. It's at 15.5. Wow, you're right. Wow, you're right.
So I guess you want that over, huh?
I want that over.
That's right around what'll have, so I ain't touching that bet. Hey, but man, good stuff tonight, bro. You know, it was a Dudley Brothers on tonight, man. We rocking the two, man. But you know, we'll have the gang back next week. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with us. G, anything you want to mention before we call tonight?
Oh man, I know we got left with fantasy football, but let's leave y'all with fantasy football more. If you guys could pair up the quarterback in his first or second option in this year's draft, you're gonna make it to the playoff. You're gonna have a great playoff.
You better be one of them top quarterbacks.
Whoever it is.
Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf or some shit like
Don't
that.
do that. Don't do that dumb shit. But if you're talking about Dak and CeeDee Lambs, that's a duo. You're talking about Lamar Jackson. Maybe not. Lamar Jackson might be a little bit iffy, but with him and Derrick Henry, if you could pull that together, talking about Jalen Hurts and one of his two receivers, whether it's Smith. Because Smith is the second option. He might play first, depending on how he looks this year.
Mm.
You got, like I said, you got Patty Mahomes, and one of those, and he has 4 options. And I said it this year, he's gonna be the MVP. So that's my MVP this year.
Yeah, go ahead and take that futures bet. You're probably not gonna get good odds on it, but worth it.
It's at 650 right now.
Oh, that's better than I thought it would be. That's a lot better than I thought it would be. I might bet that.
Plus 650. And even with Jared Goff. Jared Goff has 3 good weapons. I think Jameson finally is going to start this year without getting fucking suspended.
I couldn't start a fantasy season with Jared Goff as my quarterback. I just wouldn't trust it.
Hey, man. We'll see. But like I said, in this year's draft, you can pair up the quarterback with his first option or second option, you're going to have a good run.
All right. Well, we keep that in mind, and we'll revisit that theory as well, because I'm not too sure about it. But y'all know how we end each and every show, man. Sports.
Yo, fuck the Yankees.